Today I'm going to show you some of the lighting on the Fisker Ocean, both on the exterior and interior. Let's get started. Here is the locking light sequence, which is short, lasting only 1 second. However, the unlock light show lasts about 30 seconds. The lights spread across the front and rear of the car from the center to the sides. Notice the semi lights on the upper rear D pillar, and the door handles light up as well. Puddle lights mimicking the Fisker logo, 2 lines which represent the designer's pencil and ruler. Overall, a nice sequence. The Ocean name and the Fisker front and rear logos only light up in this sequence. They are otherwise off during the other lighting modes. This next section will show the various headlight modes, hazards, turning signals, etc. And this is with all lights turned off. This is with the parking lights on. This is with the headlights off and the daytime running lights on. This is auto headlights. This is with the high beams on. All right, so I'll give you an example of opening the door. And you will now see all 4 of these lights are on. When you open the doors or close the doors, you will see these 4 lights turn on. They are the larger lights. Let me close the door now. And after a little bit, they will turn off, or you could manually turn them off. I'm going to try that right now. These buttons here are capacitive touch buttons. They're not real buttons. You just lightly press them and they activate the lights. Let's turn off these 2 front lights by just lightly pressing that, and notice that they fade to off. Notice all the lights are off now. If I want to turn those lights back on, the front ones, I just lightly press it, they turn on. Notice that this button and this button are the same function. So what I'll do is if I just slightly press on this one, it will also turn those two lights off. Next we have these buttons, which are the reading light buttons. The left one and the right one. Turn that off. Turn that off. Lastly, we have these buttons, which are the rear reading light buttons. And I will slide this one. There you can see it. And I will slide this one. And now you can see those reading lights. And like before, if I just lightly press them, they will slowly fade to off. And that's it for these front controls. Now we have the 4 reading lamps on, and notice that they're lighting up a slightly different area. The previous lights were lighting up the center console area. Now they're actually lighting up the seats. And now, looking in the back, notice how much brighter the seat area is. Let me go on the other side. And this is the left side. Another interesting thing about the rear lights is that they are controllable by the rear passengers. All you have to do is touch the light itself, and that makes it fade to off. Put your finger against it, it turns back on. In fact, you don't even need to touch it. Watch my finger as I get about 1/4 inch away is all it needs for it to activate. See, not even touching it. That's pretty cool. And if you want extra lighting, you can press the 2 rear lights and the 2 front ones. You can have them all on at the same time. We're not done yet with the lights that are up front. In the visors, there is a very small mirror, and that has a light in it. And let's see, is there one on this side too? Yes, this one also has a light. Here's a view of the ambient lighting on the door, just above the handle. Left of the steering wheel, continues on the other side of the steering wheel, on the other side of the center screen, and on the opposite door. In addition, there's a little storage area under the screen, which I didn't even realize you can put items under here, like I have my sunglasses. And then in front of that is the Qi wireless connector for phones. And below that is another storage area. This is a rubber mat on the bottom, separated into 2 sections. And this whole thing can come out. I'll show you that in the daytime. So lots of ambient lighting, actually useful ambient lighting, I must say. There is also light on the rear doors by the handles, and that's all I can see. I keep finding more lights in this car. Looking underneath the center console, there is a light here that shines backwards towards the rear passengers. Lights up this whole area with kind of an ambient lighting. Also going to show how you can adjust the ambient lighting. Here it's at 100% brightness. Let's turn it about halfway. And keep on going down. And that's the lowest setting. And that's the least amount of ambient lighting. Just a hint of light on the dash and doors. Here is the cargo area at night. A nice amount of illumination from the LED lights on either side and also the one overhead. Notice that it has the Fisker logo shape. You can also see pretty well in the recessed area. Lowering the floor, this is the view. Pretty impressive for standard lighting. And last but not least, we have the lighted charge port area. This LED that's shown right here is color-coded to match certain functions. You have blue, red, green, and even some other colors, depending on what the function is currently going on with the charge port. One last thing I want to add is I would love to see the ability to turn on the front and rear Fisker emblems and also the Ocean name on the front. It's only visible a short time in the unlocking sequence. It would be cool to have a software button to turn them on, at least while parked, since some jurisdictions may not allow these lights on while driving. And that's it for a tour of the Fisker Ocean's lighting from the exterior to the interior. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.